Alright, welcome to how to create a YouTube video off of your own PlayStation 4. This is a super easy way to make YouTube videos. Don't get me wrong, it's not the most advanced editing software or anything like that, but it is a good start to make YouTube videos off of your PlayStation 4 essentially for free. So what you're going to need is the share button. That's all you're going to need for this, and the share factory as well. So two things with the word share in it: share factory and the share button. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to the library on the PlayStation home screen, all the way into the applications, and download the share factory. Every single PlayStation should have it. You can download it very quickly, very easily. Once you've got this, you're going to want to go and press the share button once, which is on the top left of the mouse pad looking button on your controller. Once you've pressed this, you're going to want to scroll down to the broadcast settings, click on that, open it up, and make sure you have your mic included in your recordings. That will be found under audio settings for recording. Alright, and once you have done that, you are all set to start recording. So to start recording, all you need to do is double tap the share button. A little icon will come up with a little red bar next to it to indicate that you have started recording. Once you've done this, do not press the share button again. If you press the share button, and this is why I haven't shown you this share screen, it deletes the recording and does not save it. It just stops it there. So don't press the share button once you've started recording. To end your recording, you're going to double tap the share button again. It will come up with a little sign on the left saying that your clip has been saved to the capture gallery. So guys, once you've pressed the share button, you're going to want to go down to broadcast settings, audio sharing settings, and then make sure this box is ticked if you want to record audio. Once it's been saved to the capture gallery, you're going to want to start a new project. Super easy. You're going to want to click on any of these themes. It really doesn't matter which one, but once you've clicked on it, you're going to want to unassign it. So, oh, I've done the wrong thing there, sorry. You're going to want to take it off, so you're going to press X on all three of them, and they're all gone. Alright, then you're going to want to select a clip. I'm going to go with a clip that I've actually completely edited. You're going to want to start a project, name it. I'm not going to name it, but here we go. And it will pop you in here, and this will be your clip. Now, I'm going to teach you the basics of editing these clips. So, your best friend is going to be the square button and the X button. To scroll along, you can use the mouse pad, which is super quick to scroll, or you can use the right stick. The left stick doesn't really do anything on this menu. Okay, so that's the basics there. To press play, you're going to want to press R2, right. And to pause, you're going to want to press R2 again. Now, the X button is what you use to add things in. So you can add clips, add screenshots, add a track where you will talk over it. So you'll go into this menu, and then if you press X, it will come up with record audio, record video, or add a clip. If you press record video or audio, it will come up with a 3-second warning before you start. Really sorry, I meant 5 seconds. It gives you a 5-second warning before it starts. Now, you can also add screenshots and clips. Like I said a second ago, you can add music, but that's something tricky, and I wouldn't really recommend doing it unless you've downloaded music off of a computer onto a USB stick and imported that into your PlayStation. But that's complicated, and I don't have the time to do it for myself, let alone a YouTube video. So then you've got the add overlay. Now this button gives you loads of stickers and stuff. There's not a ton of useful ones. Sometimes I use the slow one if I'm being dumb. There's a few troll faces here. I've used 1 or 2 of these in the past, and there's also some follow, subscribe and stuff, and then there's a few red arrows down the bottom which you can use to make a thumbnail, which I will get to in another video. Okay, then you've got theme stickers. I mean, they're pretty much the same as the other ones, but they're just limited to the PlayStation. Then you've got imported images, so that's stuff that you've put into your PlayStation yourself. You've got text here, which you can also use to make thumbnails, and you've got camera effects, which you can use at different points in your video to zoom in, to shake it, to all sorts, make it bounce, make it, yeah, loads of stuff you can do there. But that is pretty much it, apart from adding filters and layouts, which I wouldn't recommend for a video. It doesn't really make it look good. Now you'll notice there's an add transition bit, but we will get back to that in a minute. Now the square button, this is where all the magic happens, so I'm just going to skip to here. Now the square button, you can see here there's a time bender. Now depending on where you put this, it will tell you what effect it will have on your video. So if I were to put it on 2 times, that will make the video 2 times faster. If I go half, it will go half as slow. You can't alter these any further, so you can only have half, quarter, or an eighth, or anything like that. But yeah, I mean it's got enough on it, but I've used the half at once to emphasize something, and I use the zoom in feature, but apart from that, I haven't really done a lot with this, so I don't know how good it is. It did make my voice sound a bit silly, so you might not want to use this unless you really have to. Then you've got split clip. Now this is going to be what you use the most. You've got trim clip as well, but I wouldn't really bother with that if I were you. It's not really anywhere near as accurate as a split clip. So you're probably wondering what this does. It's quite straightforward. Once you've selected that, if you press square, it will delete your video, and as you can see, this is all one video. There's no clips on the end of it, okay? So it will delete the whole thing. So don't press square. What you are going to want to do though, however, is press X. So let's say here I want my clip to split. I'm going to press X here, confirm the split, then I can go along here, confirm the split again, and then delete this clip. I'm not going to, just because I want to keep it there, just to show you that you can split your clips like that. But this then also, on the X button, allows you to add transition. So for example, because I'm on that clip, it will add it to the end of it. So we're going to add a blur there, and on this clip here, we're going to add, let's go for a wipe. Let's go for a wipe left. So as you can see here, we went on it starts, it's going to wipe into this one, and then this one here is going to blur, out into this one. Perfect. Now we can go back to the square button, and you've got trim clip, which does the exact same as the split clip, but it's just not as accurate. The move clip we'll get to in a second. Delete clip, it's straightforward, it will delete the clip. Clone clip. Now for example, this clip here, if I want to clone it and put it somewhere else later in the video, I can clone it, press square, and move the clip. So I could put it all the way at the end of the video, or right at the start. So if you want to have a highlight at the start of your video, that is how you would make it. I'm going to actually delete that clip there, because obviously we don't need it. Now the rest of the square buttons, we've got pan and zoom, so you can zoom yourself into the video as you go, which I have used once. It's not too reliable. I prefer using the effects that you can get through overlays. So obviously you can edit the overlays in the square button. You can add them. This is another way of getting into overlays, but it's mainly for editing. And last but not least, you've got edit music and clip volume, so you can change how loud your volume of the clip is. And then once you have filters, layouts, transitions, or a second track on top of your video that you've added in by using the X button, you can edit it through the square button. Alright, so those are the basics. Once you have finished your video, I've been a bit of a numpty, so I'm going to give you these screenshots, but once you've finished, you press the triangle button and it will render. Now if it tells you before you're ready to render that you've reached the split clip limit, render it, save it, and go into a new project using that saved clip, and then you can start from where you left off without having to worry about the clips. Now once you have rendered the video, what it will come up with is share or share later. It will tell you that it's saved to the capture gallery. What you want to do, there's two options here. You can press share straight away and straight away upload it to YouTube. You can do the it will come up with a screen that allows you to alter the title, the description, who you're publishing it to, etc, etc. Or you can press share later, which will mean it's saved to your capture gallery, and then you can go into your capture gallery, click options on that video, and copy it to a USB stick, and then upload it through your computer. Now through personal experience, I prefer sharing later, copying it to a USB stick, and then uploading it on my computer, as it's just a little bit faster, and sometimes it's a little bit more reliable. I've had a lot of issues on the PlayStation where the PlayStation seems to run into errors with some of the videos when I'm uploading them, so I would just recommend that you go with a USB stick and a PC. But with that aside, that is pretty much the basics of how to make a YouTube video on the PlayStation 4. It is really simple, it's really easy. The only tip I would give you is if you're making a long video and you're going to be talking a lot, try and have pauses in between your speech. I don't do this very well, and sometimes it can lead you to split a clip and cut a clip halfway through a word. So like you might be finishing your sentence, you want to stop it there, but if you carry on speaking, the next sentence you might have to cut into, because this is a editing software on the PlayStation. It's not completely accurate, it's hard to get an exact point, it's hard to time it. So if you play it, yes, granted, free of those you can pause it whenever you want and then clip it, but it is a little bit hard to do that as you're listening to it and stuff like that. But that is the basics of how to upload a video. It's super easy, anyone can do this. This is, as long as you don't delete the clip, it's absolutely fine. But even if you do delete the clip, it won't delete the actual video off of your PlayStation, so you can always go back and do it again. It's a super easy way to make YouTube videos. I will be making a video on how to make thumbnails. It's even easier, believe it or not. But that is where I'm going to leave it for today. Remember, do not press the share button once you have started recording, unless you want to lose all of your footage. But that is it from me. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you later. Also, feel free to like and subscribe. I am currently doing FIFA 20 career mode content, so if that tickles your fancy, I'm currently doing a Middlesbrough career mode. Feel free to go over to my channel, start watching some of them, give me some criticism, some comments, anything will be appreciated. Any likes, subscribes at all. I'm trying to build my way from the bottom, the very bottom of YouTube, using the PlayStation, and see how far I can go with it. I do appreciate anyone who's liked, commented, or even watched the video for even 2 seconds, so thank you so much for watching.